detailed. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to cross out this answer choice. We drew a line through it. Now what does that mean? That means we are not going to look at it again. Take a look at B. Although the personality that emerges from May Sarton's autobiography seems unmistakably celebrated, doesn't sound so good so far. The journals for which she became famous described her humorous life. Humorous means funny, right? We don't want funny to match up with sparsely populated area. That doesn't make any sense. Cross that out. Affable and solitary. The personality that emerges from May Sarton's autobiography seems unmistakably affable. What does affable mean? Let's say you don't know. It's a tough word. The journals for which she became famous described her solitary life in a sparsely populated area. Now, solitary definitely works for sparsely populated. So it could work. We know that one of these is right, but that doesn't mean that both is right. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to draw a little squiggly line here, right? That squiggly line tells us, okay, this could be a good answer, but we're not ready to commit to it yet. How about this? Stoic and isolated. Isolated works really well for sparsely populated, right? Isolated means alone, so that's just like sparsely populated. Sparsely, by the way, means not very populated, right? So not very populated. So what do we think about isolated? That works. How about stoic? Is stoic the opposite of sparsely populated? Say you don't know. What if you don't know? Well, stoic's a tricky word. We're going to draw another little squiggly line here. How about scholarly and intellectual? Is intellectual the same as sparsely populated? No, right? We don't want that. So we're going to cross out this answer choice. Now what do? We've got two answers left. And we don't know what affable means. And we don't know what stoic means. What are we going to do? It's time to guess, right? So let's go ahead and guess C, right? It's just random guess, C. And what are we going to do up here? We always write our answer up to the left, but we're going to circle it because we're not sure that we're right. Does this all make sense? We circle it so that we can come back to it, and maybe we'll read somewhere later in a passage, we'll see the word affable or stoic or something, and maybe our memory will be sparked, so maybe we can get it right later. Just so you know, we did get it right this time. Well done. Affable means sort of friendly, good with people, and stoic means very like calm and not easily upset or emotional. So kind and good with people makes sense for the opposite of a sparsely populated area. Stoic doesn't really. Turns out we were right. But if you couldn't get it, don't worry about it. We're going to go over it. Just wanted you to see exactly how it works when we deal with a question like this. All right, let's take a look at another question. This one from the reading comprehension part of the critical reading. And we're just going through this to try to figure out how we're going to mark up the test book on test day. All right, so here's the question you're going to see on the reading comp. It's going to be in line 33, mind most nearly means. So let's try to figure out what this question means. Basically rephrase it in your own words. It means, well, what does mind mean in the passage, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to look back at the passage at line 33. We're going to look at the line before and after. Don't worry about it. We're going to learn all about this in a later module, but let's give it a read. I couldn't have said exactly how or why. In the 6th grade, I simply concluded that what gave a book its value was some major idea or theme it contained. If that core essence could be mined and memorized, I would become learned like my teachers. Okay, so we found mind. Now what do we try to do? Try to come up with an idea of what the definition should be beforehand. What do you think? If that core essence could be mined and memorized. So what do you think? Well, you may know the word mind has something to do with like going into trenches and stuff and taking stuff out. So if that core essence could be taken out and memorized. Sounds good. Let's take a look at the answer choices, and what we're going to do is we're going to cross out answer choices we don't like. We're going to put little squiggly lines next to answers that we think might be okay. Circle answer that we do like. So, followed. Does followed mean taken out? Nope. Followed means come after, so that's no good. I'm going to cross that out. Big cross out there.